All right, guys, in our first episode there, we kind of showed you how to pull it out of a slip. I'm going to show you how to pull up to a dock. And I said, you know, I've watched a lot of my members, they'll pull up to a dock and they're in forward, they put it in neutral and they turn the key off. You're a fucking idiot. That is not how you do that. If you're not using reverse, you're doing it wrong. Anybody that tells you that boats don't have brakes, well, they're wrong too. They do. They have the best brakes in the whole world. One, it's called drag from the water, and two, it's called reverse. So we're gonna pull this boat up to this dock right here. Right, wind's blowing us around. We're getting perpendicular to said dock. We're coming in hot right now. We're coming in way too hot. I could be like one of my guys and turn the keys off. Bang. You're probably gonna hurt somebody, do whatever. Look at this, Mike, we're coming in hot. I put it in reverse and you bump the throttles, boat stops. Marvelous, the boat stopped, right? If you're coming up to a dock sideways, if it's shallow, use reverse, kick the outdrive a little bit away from the rocks. Reverse is your friend. You're not gonna hurt nothing. They're twins, they go in and out of reverse. I do not understand how people can have boats their entire lives. Look at this, we're rotating against the wind right now. You know, this is your drag motor in this case, this is your propulsion motor. Again, props are more efficient and forward. So if you're coming at something and you need to drag the boat around, like if I need to whip this thing around to this dock right here, we're just gonna add a little throttle in reverse, right? You don't have to get crazy with it, but instead of adding more forward throttle, if I really gotta whip it around, I'm gonna add more reverse throttle. It's far more controlled. You can sit here and make this thing do 360s in the wind all day long. It's super easy. Please, please, please practice. I would wager the most injuries on a boat, bar none, are from people pulling up the docks, people's hands getting pinched, people's legs getting pinched, little kids getting hurt. If you don't practice around the docks, if you got 10, 12 people in your boat and you're driving like that, you're gonna hurt somebody. Me and Andy Holthe, a lot of you guys might remember him. We're sitting here doing spins, we gotta get out of here. Me and Andy Holthe, we used to pull up to the docks at Roadrunner, and if you have a crew of people that know what they're doing, get two guys on the lines. See, we're backing up a little too much. You're gonna lessen the throttle, but we're still rotating. You got a crew that know what you're doing. You can have the stereo booming, everything. Everybody's on the same page. You don't even need to talk to each other. Get a couple of guys before you leave and say, you're responsible for the bow line and the aft line. And I'm gonna give you one more tip, and it's an absolute truism. I cannot think of any situation on a lake or a river. There might be one in the ocean. I was talking to a guy up from Alaska a long time ago about it. You never, ever, 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 ever in your fucking life release the bow line first. If you have your girl and a kid on a dock or something, and you're getting ready to leave a dock and you untie the bow first and you're in any kind of current situation, the boat's gonna go like this and you're gonna get stuck and you're screwed. You're gonna end up probably having to cut the stern line off, but you're not gonna be able to get the bow back to the dock. Never, ever, ever untie the bow line first. If you do untie them, you untie them at the same time. The person with the bow line gets in the boat last. The person with the stern line gets in the boat first. When you pull up to a dock, I'm gonna cover a whole nother episode here. When you pull up to the dock, if you are the captain, driver, whatever of said boat, you do not leave this seat ever until that thing is tied up to the dock. You do not turn the engines off ever until that thing is tied up to the dock, because you don't know what's gonna happen. You could be sitting there and it's not tied up, a gust of wind comes by and blows it off the dock, and now you gotta go forward and start everything again. If the captain gets off the boat first, which I see a lot of fucking idiots do, they get off the boat first, the boat's still running, it gets away from the dock, now you got people in a boat that don't know how to drive a boat, creates a panic situation. You never, ever, ever leave the captain seat. If you wanna be a captain, be a fucking captain. Everybody wants to be a captain until it's time to do fucking captain shit. Being a captain means you are sitting here, last person out of the boat, first person in the boat. You are watching to make sure nobody's swimming around your props. You are watching everything, and you are in control, and you cannot control shit if you are not sitting right here. There you go, episode 2 with River Dave. More coming soon.